In today's video, we are reacting to the Larry Williams files are so much worse than you imagine. I was just scrolling on TikTok and I saw a very small clip of what we're about to get into. And I was like, there's no way and fuck this. There's no way. There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. It's gotta be AI. There's no fucking way this is real. So now we're about to watch this full video. And yeah, see what in the abomination is going on here.
Time. But I felt at the time that it was so personal. It was so, like I said, I've been getting nightmares. You guys are probably going to have them too now every time you think of Larry's face or see it on the screen. I felt bad to put it out there in the public.
I can't use.
So the first thing I saw was Larry wearing this purse like, you know, someone else we know. That piece of shit, Peggy Watson.
Excuse me? What you got? What you got for us?
Okay.
What you got for us, Jim?
Oh, wait. Oh, boy.
What you got, Jim?
Let me help you with
Buy
that.
another watch for you.
You're such a legend, man.
I was like, what's next? Does he want to get pegged like him too, that ass?
I mean, like, okay, well, like the holding the purse thing, I'm not gonna lie, that one I don't really have that much of an issue with personally. You know, as a nigga, I've hit that hole a couple times. You know, that one, that's not crazy, but it's not a good start. I'll say that.
Asshole. Then I saw his Sharmuta wife with Rampage, playing with their hair, smiling, flirting, and all these inside jokes between them all.
No, I don't mess with married women.
Nah, then that side eye was fucking devious. Nigga, what do you mean? How did you go say I don't mess with married women? On nigga hit that Drewski unless you know what I'm saying he hit that hole. Like, no, nigga, you know what I mean? Like he basically just said like, hey, I'm not down. I mean, unless you down, and if you down, shit, nigga, and we get pop it in this bit.
My wife knows how to jiu-jitsu. You know jiu-jitsu? Just try it out, man. No. Brother.
I was like, I knew something's going on. But when I found out the real story, I wish I didn't, because now I'm sick from this shit. So do you guys remember what Larry, that piece of shit, did? How he robbed his good friend Daniel for $50,000 for a down payment of his house and never paid him a cent back, and now that guy is stuck driving around in Ubers and feeding his family McDonald's. Daniel for $50,000 for a down payment of his house and never paid him a cent back, and now that guy is stuck driving around in Ubers and feeding his family McDonald's. You guys remember that shit, right? Well, while I was investigating that story, I saw files and files of information on Larry, messages, conversations. I spoke personally to people that were the closest to him, and I heard stories and seen shit that I never wanted to see again, because since then, I've been having nightmares about all that sick shit, and I never wanted to release it so you guys won't have those same nightmares. But now that the word is out, and you know, I've heard since then, other people are hurt by Larry's actions. You guys, you know, saying, John, release the Larry files, release the Larry files. I said, you know what? You guys want to see this shit? Because he's an asshole? I'm gonna show it to you, but you know how I always say, you know, get out your popcorn, your Goobers, Milk Duds, me, the purple Skittles. I don't know if I could tell you that this time, because if you do, you may spit that shit out when I show you this shit.
John, release the Larry files. And so if you want to know in full details exactly what's going on, remember, I'm not even going to say what he's done. It's far too gross for this channel. Type in the comment section, John, release the Larry files. Look at Larry's face right here. I mean, are you even kidding me right now?
So recently, you know, we see Larry on Kick live streaming, you know, all over.
Yeah, like what the fuck, Larry? Like you've been having a decent little run lately. You know what I'm saying? You slapped the shit out that nigga Dina, great. You know what I'm saying? You set that nigga in the ether. So like, how does this? No, let's continue the video. Like,
The place because he wants to join all the other assholes. He wants that Eddie Kick money, right? Because we know he doesn't have the money, even though he pretends he does. You know, he can't even pay the guy back $50,000. Well, now we see him, right, with his wife, pimping out his wife all over for attention. And there's all this shit going around, you know. Why is Larry acting like a cuck, you know, pimping out his wife like this? What's really going on behind the scenes?
Oh no. Who did this?
oh, okay, this is AI. Okay. I'm hoping because I'm about to say if this was a real picture, this would be fucking disturbing. What's I'm not fucking with is like she's almost in amusement of this. Like she's not no oh my gosh. You know, like oh my gosh, who would do such a thing? Who would photograph me in such an instant? He's not doing that.
What? After all the memes that
Like she's sitting there laughing like this shit is a joke, nigga. This is not funny, bro. This shit is not funny. I don't know what like. No, no. Oh my god.
have been going viral on the internet, this is what you come up with?
Yeah.
While I'm on live?
Oh, that's funny. It's Myron. He says, I see trouble in a rose. So that was like the second or third time he DM'd me and then I sent his message because I heard not.
Bro really thought that he was about to cuck me.
Well, in one of those streams, Larry and his wife started talking trash, not about Greg Doucette, right? Because Greg made some videos back, but about Greg's girlfriend started making fun of her looks. And when Greg saw it, he said, you know what, Larry? You got personal with me, I'm going to get personal back. And in the past, I gave Greg a couple screenshots showing that Larry was really a cuck, and I knew it this whole time.
You say whatever you want to Coach Greg. I don't care. But when you go and attack my girlfriend for no reason who did nothing wrong at all, well, you're then making it personal. And so since you want to get personal, I'm now going to talk about the things that I know and that I actually have proof. And so Larry Wheels is actually a cuck. And I'm not suggesting maybe, I'm not saying I think, I'm saying that I know. One day I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuckold with a bowing down sign. He's going to get tag teamed by Coach Greg and John Bravo, two of the most infamous characters on the internet that you don't want around with. And I'm not talking about actually having sexy time with us. I'm talking about messing with us, poking the bear.
So now going back on what I was saying earlier, you know, when I was investigating the story of how you robbed Daniel, I've had this shit, and I've had this shit for a long time. But I felt at the time that it was so personal. It was so sick. Like I said, I've been getting nightmares. You guys are probably going to have them too now every time you think of Larry's face or see it on the screen. It was so sick, I felt bad to put it out there in the public. So since then, I've gotten closer with some of the people, multiple women that were in Larry's life. And I've built strong relationships with them, and they've shown me things, they've told me things.
I will say that person is kind of weird. Why is you befriending a hoe that this nigga used to deal with that he doesn't deal with anymore? I find kind of weird. Like, it's essentially pillow talking another nigga. Like, why do you give a fuck? But I mean, at the same time, you could be like, why do I give a fuck? But why reacting to this video? Well, again, what I saw on TikTok, bro, I was like, nah, I need the full context because I refuse to believe what I saw was real. It's just no way.
And I feel really bad for them because they were deeply, and still to this day, deeply affected by their relationship with Larry. And it's their story to tell, and I'm not going to tell their personal stories here. That's up to them to say it. But what I will say is that their lives are deeply affected by what he did to them till this day. I mean, I know one girl, she doesn't even want to have a boyfriend again, and she can't even have sex since Larry, because that's how much these things affected her. And do you guys remember, years ago, one of Larry's ex-girlfriends came out, made a video, right? Claimed that he cheated on her with not just women, with men, spent all was money on Chatterbait, and she said a bunch of other things in the video. Well, quickly, that was dismissed and people, forgot about it. But since then, I've heard similar stories from multiple women in Larry's life.
It took a really long time for me to admit this to myself, even in privacy. It took a lot of talking to professionals, and it took a lot of space from him to, really understand what I had been dealing with in my relationship with him for years. And that is abuse. And I mean, that's abuse across the board: physical, mental, emotional, and narcissistic abuse with this person. Starting with the cheating aspect, like I said, I've been with him for 5 years, and he's cheated on me for 5 years, since day one. This is cheating on me with the woman. This is cheating on me with the man. This is cheating on social platforms. I've even had women from Chatterbait reach out to me and inform me of their relations with one another.
So now Larry's behavior, Rob and his friend, the $50,000, still not paying him back at all, still driving around in the Uber. Multiple stories from multiple women of him really destroying their lives. And now that he's been outed as a cuck by Greg already, you guys all asking for the Larry files. I'm going to show them to you. But like I said in the beginning, you guys may have nightmares from this shit. I do, I want to explain a little bit of something. This is not meant to shame anybody about kinks. Listen, we're all human beings. Part of being a human being is...
Yeah, but nigga, we all ain't cucks though. Bro, no, let's, you know what I'm saying? We all may have our things. You might like toes. The next guy might like getting his booty ate. This other nigga, but we're not cucks though. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We have all different kind of crazy shit that we like, right? Some crazier and weirder than others, and Larry's is, really crazy shit. But this is not meant to shame him. But saying that, okay, you can't go in life and destroy people's lives because of those kinks. All right, before I start, I need a little sip of coffee to handle this shit. When I tell you guys this shit's been giving me nightmares, I see Larry's face, I get sick thinking about this shit. Now let's see if you guys like the Larry files. I'm showing it too, so don't say I didn't warn you, all right? All right, this is...
Come on, bro. You think your OF members know I'm a... Bro, come on, bro.
This is the first one that you guys saw in Greg's video. Larry sending a screenshot of his face, right? Showing that he's a cuck. And he goes, "You think your OF members know I'm a cuck?" She goes, "Most likely. I can tell them." He goes, "How would you do that?" She goes, "A video or photo, and I can say Larry loves being a cuck. Who would help me?" Now this is the part of the conversation with the girl where Larry is revealing to her that, it would mean a lot to him if she would do shit with other men. All right, so you understand the context. And she says to him, "It feels wrong doing it when I'm going out with you. Like you sleeping with another girl. I would hate it." Larry goes, "That's why you'll love it, because it's wrong. But I'll love it more than you do. Ha ha ha." And she goes, so would you, about sleeping with another girl? He goes, no, of course not. She goes, I suppose it's not easy to understand what I enjoy. I know most men want to stick their D in everything that comes their way. So you'd only like me to do it, but you doing it with the girl is wrong, so it's the same? And then he goes, but then there are guys like me who want their girlfriends to get and send pics. And then he puts his arms up like what a girl does in her emojis, and he says, I enjoy you being open and slutty. While I know I'll never touch another woman, it's how I'm wired. It doesn't excite me to sleep with another woman. It excites me more if you...
Nigga, come on, bro. Oh my... Nigga, what do you mean? This is white people behavior right here. I do not expect this to come out of a black man's mouth. Larry, on Black History Month, you're telling your Caucasian appearing looking wife, it excites me more if you sleep with another man. I didn't know niggas wanted to be Adam 22. I didn't know niggas wanted his life. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Sleep with another man. Fucked up, right? I can't believe this shit I'm reading. This conversation alone plays me on my insecurities, so if I did it anytime soon, I would think, well, if we can do it with the guy, what if he goes and does it with another girl? So I have to be totally 100% secure to do this. See, so Larry, in this whole conversation, he's revealing to the girl, I don't want to sleep with no other girls, but it's okay. You can do it with the other men because I like it. She says, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. As I said, I just have to learn that, and I totally trust it. He goes, more time together, more trust, and more comfortable. Exactly, still building on the foundations of the relationship. I do believe we'll do it for sure and just laugh at it, but right now I'm not ready. He goes, maybe we can take baby steps in that direction. She says, of course, better. Slowly work towards it, at least to a point where you can talk about it comfortably. Yeah, I mean, physically, someone else is a huge step. See, so she's not totally into this. She doesn't understand why he wants her to do this shit, right? So he's trying to convince her. One day, I want you to text me about this kind of stuff and talk to me like a cuck. Thanks in advance. She says, how so, master?
Like, I'm the submissive one and you rub it in my face how these guys did it. Bro, what the fuck is we watching, man? Mind you, I feel like when dudes sit there and talk about what being the epitome of being a man, right? They talk about, oh, you're super buff, you have a wife, you're rich, you're successful. Like, on paper, Larry Wheels has stakes that most men would want. And like, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Like, I'm the submissive one, and you rub in my face how these guys did things with you I haven't. Then he throws up the hands again. What's with that girl shit emoji? I've been so clean with you. How does that make you?
That low-key, now that I'm watching this, it low-key might be the reason why Larry Wheels, wanted to be stronger, get so strong to become one of the strongest niggas on the planet, because in his mind, he probably does not feel like he's enough. He feels like he's not adequate. Just like the text message said, he probably doesn't feel like he's worthy. He probably doesn't feel, special. So he's having to constantly, do these things, So on paper, do things that should make him feel fulfilled as a man, should make him feel worthy, should make him feel, like a man. And it's just unfortunately, it's just not working, clearly.
Feel. He goes, inadequate. He wants the shit dirty. So this, I'm assuming, she did shit with the guy and filmed it because he wants to watch it. He goes, naughty Dobby, please send something from the video, Dobbs. And she goes, it's too much. I will make another video one day. He goes, even if you screenshot and crop something from it, censor stuff in the background, can use an app to censor stuff in the background of the photo screenshot. I apologize for being persistent, but as you said, we don't know next time you will do something like this. And I feel there is definitely something that can be taken from that video and crop censors. She goes, okay, I will look. No, I totally get it.
Oh, just watch, bro. Just watch just get on the hub like the rest of us. Like, it's like part of me walks around and I sit there and it's hard for me. Like, I understand things are real, but it's hard for me to sit there and really believe that there are men out there who literally get off on watching other dudes, you know, bang their girls. Like, that is an insane thing to think about. Like, that just fucked my whole. And I wouldn't expect. I feel like I wouldn't. I feel like normally you wouldn't expect things like this to come out of somebody like Larry Wheels. Like, before all this came out, this and the whole him the porn shit. I feel like most niggas would not have thought, yo, Larry was really living like this.
He goes, thanks, stop. So he's really into watching all this shit. Then he sends her a text saying, Dick is waiting for you. Have been waiting in line after everyone on OF for you. She says, he's the real simp. Larry goes, yes, I am. Look at this one. We can go now, he says. Okay, cool. I'll go out, put some clothes on. I got on my knees and kissed your feet after you had from other guy. Masty is feeling very grateful. She says, is Masty going to watch the videos of me being a... Yes, I'm watching now. I couldn't wait. I still can't believe all the shit I'm reading. Now this one is the sick one. I don't understand why somebody would want a woman's heel down there. All right, look what he says. He goes, I'm in front. Can Masty, what is this pet word? Can Masty under Dobby's heel? It'll be the most simp way to... She goes, no, not allowed to... He goes, okay, Dobbs. Now this one. Are you ready for this? She says, I've had 2 Ds already. He says, have you asked?
Niggas said that they both fill you up. See, it's dirty talking. And then it's this shit. And it's like,
Actually, wow, babe, that's so hot. Did they both feel coming home? Okay. Is Masty gonna fill Dobby? Yes, Masty's gonna fall inside Dobby's... Did Dobby shower or anything? Since I was in the shower, but I didn't clean myself.
this nigga said, okay, perfect to that. Yeah, no, go ahead, bro. Somebody take Larry Wheels' phone, take away his internet access, take everything. Take it all. This motherfucker doesn't need anything.
He says, okay, perfect. Now this here is a message from a guy who messaged a girlfriend, right, of Larry, saying, I know he's been messaging other women. She says, oh, really? Show me. Look, I don't want to be a homewrecker. Just know he messaged my girlfriend, asking her if she'd ever thought about being a lifter/vixen. Sounds kind of weird. Then he unsent the message. So I'm not going to say what a vixen is, but it's very similar to a voyeur kind of thing. I can't say the shit on here. All right. So he's basically, finding girls on Instagram with the guy and asking if he can do something. All right. That's all I'm going to say. So this last one, okay, is a conversation. I trust the source, but I'm not confirming this actually happened, but it's a funny story. He goes, I don't know what's worse, him stealing money or the girls at Mount Vernon Barbell that pegged him a few years back. So
Like, let's just the me and you. All right, let's sit down and let's really break down that visual. How tall is Larry Williams? How tall is he? Larry Wheels height. Larry Williams is 6'1". Like Rampage Jackson said, about 280. So I want you to break this visual down. Imagine a 6'1", 300-pound buff ass nigga being arched in the air, face in the matrix, ass up, and like a 5'3", 5'4" petite woman drilling his shit from the back. You know what I'm saying? Straight killing his shit. You might have not. If you have nightmares after that, bro, I'm my bad, my fault.
I guess him and Peggy are into the same old shit. But Larry, he's the real, Mount Vernon Pegger, MVP in all of this. It's only a matter of time before that shit comes out too. I used to train at that gym and would hear the stories that this is going back like 6-7 years. Now, people, all right, I'm only reading a piece of these conversations. Like I said, I have massive amount of information and personal stuff about the other personal things of how it affected these girls, all this behavior. But I'm not putting that in this video. Like I said, if the girls want to come out and speak their story, they can. But that's all I'm going to read for you guys, because I think you guys have enough shit where now when you look at Larry, you're going to be sick from this shit too and have those nightmares.
To be honest, now it makes sense why that nigga Dean tried him. If I'm Dean, I would have tried that nigga true, because it seemed like Larry's type of nigga that would have went for it. I don't know what got into I don't know what came in Larry Wills' body to make him slap Dean the Great. If it seems like he would have been with it, he was fine with that type of shit. He encourages this type of behavior, this cuck behavior. Like,
so now you guys know all this crazy shit about Larry, right? Well, you know all this shit that's going on online, all these clips, all these memes going around about, Larry being a cuck to Rampage Jackson because that stream they did? Well, looking at it now after knowing the shit that you know, you're gonna be looking at it a little differently now when I tell you this story. Remember the video with Rampage and Larry's wife? And she was twirling her hair, playing with her tits, giving him those googly eyes.
Where I'm going after the Philippines? I gotta go to Guatemala later on that month. You ever been to Guatemala?
Everyone thought she was doing bad shit behind Larry's back, like a Sharmuta would. But what if Larry was promoting this love affair? Larry even tells him to get on top of his wife.
My wife knows awesome jiu-jitsu. You know jiu-jitsu? Let's try it out, man. No. Brother.
And you see the way that Rampage gives him that look with the eye on the side?
I was about to say, black people don't go for this, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Larry Willis, you're not a nigga no more, bro. We taking your black. Well, actually, I don't know, nigga. You big as fuck. I don't know if we gonna be able to. Actually, no. I'm taller than Larry Willis. I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3". I'm a little bit taller than nigga, but that nigga is big as fuck. But somebody, take that nigga's nigga card away, bro. But you can't claim black anymore, Larry Willis. Larry Willis, you are your own ethnicity of a person, dog. It's you're not. You don't get to claim being a black man anymore. You can't say nigga. Black History Month is not your month. Like, just pack it up.
Like he doesn't want to give up his secret. Looks to me like they might have had a little bit of too much fun together outside the ring the night before.
Let me see. Hey, I don't want to roll with your wife, man. Bro, your wife hot as fuck. Yeah, I know. I got no control over. Right, little ding.
But that wasn't all, because after that, that mat session, the training session they were all involved in, they went out to dinner together. Rampage, Larry, his wife, And there was a lot of awkward moments on the table. And at one point, Rampage was asked, why doesn't he go on Discord? And he said, you know what? I'm too busy streaming. And then he turns, he looks at Larry's girlfriend and gives her the side eye again.
I don't get it. I don't know what they put in my Discord. I don't even be looking at my Discord. I've been too busy streaming and streaming and hanging out.
Yeah, natural. It's natural.
That's away from you. Oh no, I don't mess with married women.
Let's go out here,
Then after that, they're still all sitting on the table talking to the chat. Somebody brings up P. Diddy. And once his name is brought up, I wonder why. Look how awkward things got even more now.
Diddy booty is fine.
Oh, Diddy booty.
That's
What's his nickname?
Diddy booty.
Diddy Booty Jackson. That's what they call it. Diddy Booty Jackson. Hey, she doesn't know. She's a foreigner. I'm introducing.
I know about Diddy, but I don't know Diddy Booty Jackson is the name.
Oh, now you know about Diddy Booty Jackson.
Did you ever go with your career to these freakouts, parties?
No judgment. Just
Yeah,
curious.
this is the same stuff. Some lotion.
They're gonna score you. They're gonna blow you.
It seems like to me this nigga had a realization of what he's doing and realized like, damn, like I'm a flawed ass nigga.
up.
And then the best part, right? Larry, he goes, you know what? I would have went to the P. Diddy party. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, we all know how much you love rubbing yourself in oil for the bodybuilding shows. Of course you're gonna rub yourself all over in that shit at a P. Diddy party, you asshole.
I mean, if Diddy invited me, I maybe would have gone. I was single at the time. I mean, I would have, maybe showed up, see
Yeah,
what it's
why
all
not?
about. Just check it out.
Yeah, you really saw what it was all about.
I think everybody would.
No,
No. Everybody would not have, nigga. No. Fuck.
Back then, but now knowing what Diddy was up to,
Yeah.
when you still go,
Yeah, you would lose respect.
Nah, bro. Like, nah.
Like, people would judge you all kinds of ways. People knew you were at the party. But before this came out, if he Diddy invited you.
yeah, you would, because you didn't know what he was up to. But now you know what he's up to. He like dudes his nipples.
I didn't hear about all that.
Oh, okay, you didn't hear about it. Okay. Diddy like men, bro. Did you hear about that?
No, for my understanding.
So after that whole fiasco, Larry and his wife, they went on their Kickstream Live again, right, begging for donations. And people were teasing him about that whole Rampage thing, right? And for no reason, no one said anything about being a cuck. Larry had to volunteer and say, listen, I'm not a cuck. And if you really look into what he's saying, now we know why he was bringing it up out of nowhere, just like Greg said.
I mean, he's fine, but he's not my type, for sure not. He was very nice and entertaining, but in that particular clip where I'm like touching my hair, you can tell I'm like fully zoned out, and it was just funny, but...
Despite what was said with those clip farming clips, I am not a cuck. For anyone out there wondering, there is no cuckoldry going on here in this marriage.
In a weird position, I don't know what to say.
The truth.
So in the end, and I've spoken about this before in other videos, I believe this is a perfect example of what happens when you are a 16-year-old kid, you go on copious amount of performance-enhancing drugs, and how dangerous it is and how much it can control your brain and your
Bro,
thoughts.
it's crazy. I have a cousin who looks exactly like this nigga, bro, when he was... my cousin looks exactly like this nigga. Now I'm scared. Damn, I ain't talked to that little nigga in a minute. I should probably call him.
thoughts and can change them, you know. And I know Derek More Plates More Dates spoke about this. Greg Doucette spoke about this. Mike Israetel, that asshole, he even spoke about this, how much it can affect you. And, you know, even for me, I remember I spoke about it. I've told you guys about this before. I took Tren one time for, I think, 3 weeks. And, you know, no shame if you like the bigger girls. But I was, you know, normally I'm not really attracted to the very, very big ones. But I took that shit and I got attracted. So it fucked me up, wired my brain differently. You know, thank God since then
Y'all ever hit a big hole, chat? I've never hit one. I ain't gonna lie, I came close though. I'm gonna just be real nigga and me. I've been close to hitting big holes. I haven't hit one. When I say big holes, I'm talking like they got the stomach like hanging out over the shit. You know what I mean? Like I've been with girls who weigh like over 150, 160, but they weren't like fat. You know what I mean? So I don't personally consider that big. But I haven't hit. Maybe I have hit a big girl, but I haven't hit no fat girl. I definitely haven't hit a fat girl. Yeah, no, I haven't hit a fat girl.
recovered. But imagine you're doing this to a 16-year-old person just out of puberty. Imagine how it can affect you. And I think Larry is a perfect example of that, and a cautionary tale for kids not to mess with all this shit. So now, Larry, you know, like I said, you know, we all have kinks. Nothing to be ashamed of. Some we like crazier shit, and others just part of being a human, right? But you can't go and start destroying people's lives like you have because of those kinks. And, you know, I'm hoping that you've gotten older, you have matured, and, you know, those people that you have hurt, you know, I believe they deserve closure in their lives because their lives were affected by your actions. And saying that, you know, seeing you with this new girl, she's your wife now, you know, I was thinking, you know, maybe you did find the perfect girl for you, because maybe she's into all the same exact things as you. And hopefully, you know, she's not going to be hurt like the other people are. And as far as, you know, the other people that were affected, I believe, Larry, I think you should, you know, give them closure, you know.
Yeah, but with, you know what I'm saying, with that being said, man, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this in the comment section below. Yeah, this is Larry, this is pretty bad, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is pretty bad. This is not a good look, you know. Yeah. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single sub is greatly appreciated. And until next time.